Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I'm doing this video because I felt inside my heart I had to do this. And I feel a lot of people don't talk about this, so I think it's the time to actually talk about this with straight facts. And I'm going to tell you my actual experience as a reverted and why do I consider myself a reverted first of all. I don't know if you know about my story, probably not because I've never talked about it, but I was born in a Muslim family and I'm from Moroccan origin. I was born in Spain, so I'm basically kind of, you can consider me Spanish, Moroccan, whatever, because I've been living here my whole life and I actually have that Spanish education. I've been taught my whole life, not my whole life, when I was small, to go to the masjid, to learn how to pray, to learn Quran, to wear the hijab, etc. I mean, that's the actual education Muslims give to their children, usually. Like, your actual purpose is to teach about Islam. That's something I actually believe. But there's something that people don't really talk about, and it's the point in your life, basically when you reach maturity, that you actually start realizing if this is the path you want to take or this is the path you want to take. So most of the times there's actual people that don't want to follow Islam, and they were born in a Muslim family, but they don't have the guts to say it, and they just literally practice sometimes Islam, but in their hearts they don't have it. You know what I'm saying? This also happens with Christian families, and the same with Jews and whatsoever. There's a point in your life, this is something we all the people are going to go through, where you will actually feel if this is the path you want to take or not. And let me tell you something. In my case, I want to say the truth. I felt that Islam was sexist. Yeah, and why did I feel that? Is it because of my parents? Maybe, kind of. Yeah, maybe. Not gonna lie. Why? Why did I feel like Islam was sexist? This has to do with education. Like, they didn't teach me the actual meaning of hijab. My mother just told me, put on your hijab so that men don't see your hair, and that's it. Like, you have to cover up for men. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were mixing things, they mix things with culture. Do you know what is that? I actually understand why there's actual people that are born in Islamic countries that end up going away from Islam because they were taught that Islam is a sexist religion. When it's not the case. It's not the case because they are mixing culture and Islam. That is totally wrong. And so yeah, I was telling you, I'm gonna tell you my experience. So yeah, I started wearing the hijab in a really early age, like 13 years old. Yeah, I've been wearing the hijab since I was 13. And then I took it off, and then I get it back, whatsoever. But let me tell you something. The most of the times I wore it outside is not because of Islam. I literally wore it because of social pressure, literally. And I feel that that's the case for a lot of women, and not for a lot of women, yeah, maybe girls. And this is something that is not really talked about. Let me tell you something. If you're going to have children, okay, the first thing you gotta teach them is the Islamic values. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you can teach your children is the meaning of hijab. Because if you, the first thing for you is to wear hijab and then go to pray, they will never know the meaning of hijab. You know what I'm saying? Prayer is more important than hijab. I know that hijab is included in prayer. Yeah, that's true. But if they don't know the meaning of actual hijab, that you wear it for the purpose of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't know who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They just pray and that's it. They just wear the hijab and that's it. How do you think they will end up learning about Islam? How do you think they're going to have Islam in their hearts? How do you think these children are going to end up wearing the hijab when they get older? Think about it. So basically, there was a point in my life where I decided to, just don't follow what my family say, because I was so pressed. And I was like, okay, so when I go out, I will take off my hijab. Literally. Yeah, because I just didn't want to wear it in that time, because I didn't understand the meaning of Islam. So this is what I'm saying, you guys. Like, Islam has to be something that you have to keep teaching your children. And you don't have to actually force them on Islam. Islam has to come naturally. That you have to teach the actual meaning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and why you wear the hijab and whatsoever. Okay, so what I was saying. So, yeah, so I decided to take it off because I wore it, but I take it off because I didn't want to wear it in that time. And I went to a lot of challenges in my life, and I felt so depressed, so anxious, so bad. And I was like, why? I don't understand the meaning of life. Why is life treating me like this? Like, after you made all those sins, Allah actually decides if He wants to guide you or not. That's why the phrase you see, the sentence you see about Allah guides whomever He wills is totally true. Because you guys, I was born in a Muslim family. But being born in a Muslim family doesn't make you a Muslim necessarily. There's a lot of people that are going to tell you they're Muslim, but in their hearts they're not. So after I passed through this challenge in my life, and I decided to learn more about Islam by myself, I decided to see a lot of Islamic content creators that literally made dawah, and I felt connected to that. They explained the meaning of hijab because that's something I didn't actually understand. Once I learned about that, I was like, subhanallah, I was actually in the truth. Yeah, that's when you actually realize, oh my God, subhanallah, I was actually born in a Muslim that knew the truth. And that made me so happy, because imagine I was born in a family that are, I don't know, from another religion that is not Islam. It would be way harder for me. And I was like, subhanallah, because that's why I felt like reverted, And I feel that most of us Muslims, if not all of us, we're going to go through a phase in our lives when we reach maturity, when we're going to actually think if this is the path we want to take or not. And it's something that's something that only Allah dictates. If He wants to actually guide you, He will. And if He doesn't want to guide you, He won't. So this is my actual experience summed up. And alhamdulillah for everything, because at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And I feel that I have an actual purpose in this YouTube channel. So if you want to help me reach this purpose to the people and help reach the people and to make dawah and all of that, I would really appreciate it, because I feel that I'm not here to provoke you or to make fitna whatsoever. I'm here to actually share you my experiences and to motivate you to become better Muslims and to teach about Islam. So no, I'm not going to keep on talking because I spoke a lot. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and if you really liked it, you can share it with the people you love. Thank you so much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.